past relationships and predictions, backsliding Christians, fitness. Stay tuned, go get a subscription. I hope you listening. God's my witness to mind your damn business. Mind your damn business.
Let's talk about it.
Your damn
Talk about it.
mind your damn business.
D-Him, let's talk about it.
What's going on? What's going on? Mic check, mic check. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me real good. All right, we back, y'all. We back. Y'all put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me. I'm on this raggedy Bluetooth, and I got to upgrade immediately. So y'all let me know. What's up, Roz? What's good? You changed me. Rebecca Belton in the building. You already know, Queen. Uh-huh. I just watched the replay, D-Ham, on your live with Amber and the ladies. I love how they were showing so much. Hey, exactly, girl. Thank you so much. You changed me. You missed it. It was a quick hour live, and they down there getting it in. You hear me? I know it. Hey, I've been enemy number one on this subject right here. We back, D-Ham. That's right, Deborah. What's good with it, baby girl? I see you. I see you, Deborah. I see the ones that's been following me from live to live today. Thank y'all so much, man. That's real love. That's love, Deborah. Thank you so much, Queen. I'm enjoying y'all today. Um, as y'all get ready to celebrate y'all holiday weekend, D Ham is hitting y'all with a couple of quick lives and some conversations. Um, but you changed me. We getting it. We gonna get it. We gonna get it spicy today. We gonna get it spicy tonight. I got a lot of feedback, right? I talked to my homeboys behind the scene, and Lord, we had a debate. And I love this. I love this debate. I love this debate because it's this is more like a healthier debate for me. You know, I don't really feel the animosity when it comes to Remy Ma and Papoose that you would feel from the LaTruth situation. Um, the Remy Ma Papoose situation is pretty much a clear cut understanding, right? We have a clear understanding of where it went as far as who's really wrong in the situation. But my arguing points is coming from a biased position. So I'm not ashamed to say it. I am a Remy Ma fan. I love me some Remy Ma. Um and Papoose, uh I like Papoose. Put it that way. If we go this situation to me, so I had a I don't know if she used to be a former B. She pulled up in my comments after my live last night. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see if I still got it. She pulled up in my live and said, "D-Ham, what's the difference between this situation and the Brianna situation?" Let me see if I can find her comment, because I thought that was a good question, whether she's a B or not. Thought that was a really honest question, and I can't fault nobody for it. Trying to see why I feel the way I feel about Remy Ma, but I'm not gonna let you corner me off on my position. Um, Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna find it because sometimes when you put a heart on it on these questions, they go away. Um, but I felt like it was an honest question, right? She wanted to know how I'm giving Remy Ma a pass. How am I giving Remy Ma a pass? Wow. Now y'all know this is a tough breakup for me, right? We done had a lot of breakups in our black community. We done, a lot of we even Will and Jada have done failed us. Come on now, y'all got to be real about it. We done had a lot of couples go through hell and high water in their marriages, in their relationships. Um, and to see these two, you know, go through what they're going through, this is a tough one for me because I really, really love their union. I did. Um, I pretty much wanted to see them win, and on every level, I felt like they were doing it. Look at DT. He coming to see. I gotta have somebody gonna rival against me. I'm gonna pull him up, man. I'm gonna drop the link for you, DT. Anybody who wants to challenge my theories, um, that's a fact. We gonna see where you're at tonight, okay? Because I'm gonna challenge some of you ladies tonight. I'm gonna challenge y'all. Come on, you change me. See now, you change. See, I'ma sway y'all to Remy Ma. I'ma sway y'all. I swear I am. You said a mouthful right there. One was 6 years. Remy Pap had like 20 years in the game. That is a lot. That is a lot. See,
What up,
my
my
road
brother?
dog, my road dog is back with me, y'all.
What up? What up?
You got it. You got it. We're gonna have an interesting conversation today, and we may have to have somebody from the womenhood, not the sisterhood, the womenhood, the real women over here. We gonna may have to have somebody from the womenhood pull up on us. You ain't never lied. Cause I've been catching some heat, yo. I've been catching some straight strays out here, y'all, because of from my live last night. Am I right, DT?
Oh yeah, you gonna keep catching them if you don't start looking at it from a different lens.
Yes, indeed. So I'm almost willing to just go ahead and jump on DT side at this point, because I mean I've never seen women. I stand on business when it comes to women. At this point, Remy Ma ain't man. She getting flamed out here right now. She done went
Did you see?
viral for all the wrong reasons. Go ahead, DT.
Didn't she drop some more receipts today? I don't like. You ain't
Bruh,
saying the word receipt. I don't know.
she dropped
That's
a
just me.
whole clip. She dropped a whole clip of her and her dude in Philadelphia gear. Like Remy, you from the boogie down. What the heck you doing in Philly gear? I was like, oh Lord, this ain't good for me. This ain't good.
Uh,
But I can understand it, right? I could go with Remy on this just a little bit, y'all. So y'all gotta watch. Y'all gotta listen to where I'm at with this today. Me and my homeboy. I got another homeboy. I'm better tell him I'm live because he may want to pull up. Man, me and him would battle. We battled it out on the back end about Remy Ma and Papu. He was like, "You went live last night?" I said, "Yeah, I went live last night." He was like, "What y'all talk about?" I said, "We talked about the Remy situation." He was like, "Oh, oh, oh." So then he started going in on Remy. I was like, "Oh, bro." So he didn't know my position. So, so we went at it for a while. We laughed and we chuckled, and it was a healthy book debate. He got me a few times, and I got him a few times, and and I had him eat some of his words. I had to just accept the facts too. There's a lot of facts when
right.
it comes to Papoose that you can't deny. So I'm not here to throw the brother under the bus. I just feel bad. Like, yo, Papoose, you was supposed to hold her down. Like, where we at with this?
D-Ham, when you say hold her down, bro, she did that time. He did it with her. He won't in the cell, but he supported her the whole way. And regardless of the fact, after that, there's supposed to be a line of just loyalty that you should have just for me holding you down during that time period. And she threw it all out the window. So I have no remorse, no pity for that girl. Whatever happened to her, you deserve everything that happens to you at this point.
You may have a point. I think I think it's hard to deny what Papoose his investment in his marriage, what his sacrifice that he put in it. It's hard to deny that. Um, I'm chosen riding with me tonight. She she on the
Nah.
she on I ain't on no short bus, but she on the handlebars. I'm riding the bike.
I'm reading. That ain't what I see, bro.
You with me, I'm chosen. We on the handlebars tonight. We pedaling down the street. But
Uh-oh.
yeah, man. I think Remy Ma. Look, man. I I can debate this thing about Remy Ma because I got that much love for Remy. First of all, let's just say, and I had to tell her. The girl hit me in the behind the scene. Was like, "What's the difference, D Ham? What's the difference? You know, I didn't want to check you, boy. They be coming. They be coming for you, boy. They're
Oh
like, what's
yeah.
the difference? What's the difference? You didn't give Brianna no pass,
Facts.
right? So you know I
Right.
couldn't let her manhandle me on the back end like that, even though she had some truth to what she was saying. Brianna don't get no pass from D Ham, and still don't. And what the women say, N is, okay? N is. Lupac on my side. Oh, okay, I got one on my side.
You might
Oh,
have
oh,
one. That's about
Joski,
it, bro.
Joski done jumped on DT side. He came out the bushes with it.
What up,
Oh,
Josie?
he done jumped out the bushes. What up, big dog? Salute to you, King. Well, one of the differences I told her on the back end in my comment back to her was Remy Ma is self-made. That's one. That's one of the reasons she is self-made. She was already a battle rapper, solidified. She's already secured record deal with Terror Squad, with Fat Joe and the boys, with Big Pun. She comes from the Big Pun cloth. She was already secured.
DM,
Okay?
DM. Don't forget that she lost that dick. She parted ways with Fat Joe before the time.
Yeah, she did.
So you can't don't paint this picture that's halfway a picture. 'Cause she made some mistakes in there. Like she a hot age.
Now,
You
I
can't.
can't, like, there's a lot of stuff I'm not gonna be able to argue, DT. So you keep coming with it. You keep see I'm glad I got DT up here. He gonna keep it balanced tonight, y'all. Um, it's a lot of stuff I can't dispute, and it looked like DT is well rounded in knowledge when it comes to a lot of different people in the industry, a lot of subject matters, and it's good to see what because he's saying things that I am aware of. I may not know the full depth of what the fallout was. Maybe he do, but I do know that she did go through her situation with Fat Joe and them. Um, that's a fact. But would you agree, DT, that she pretty much paved her own lane?
Yes, yeah, yeah. Her talent
Okay,
alone did that. So you can't
okay.
deny that.
We can't deny her talent. Okay.
No.
Now, Papoose, Auntie Pimo in the building. I wanted to say hello to you the other day, but we had so many people on the platform, and you pulled up on me, Auntie Pimo. You know I got much love and respect for your platform and your wisdom. Thank you so much, Queen, for coming up in this chat. I gotta check and see where you at with this subject, Auntie Pimo, as well. Um, I'm trying to make this a Remy team versus Pat Pooh's team. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to figure out where the Remy supporters at. It's not many. I think these women are mad at Remy. I think they mad that she fumbled a good man. That's what I think a lot of people are mad at. But I would challenge some of you women that's in my chat. The only reason why y'all mad and know that she fumbled a good man because maybe you did it too in your past. Maybe you fumbled your good man, and now you mad at Remy. Okay? How about that? Now, DT says, now it's gonna be a lot that I can't dispute because DT probably gonna keep it 100G for Papoose on this platform, and I think
Now,
that he deserves it. Now I'm not taking nothing away from that brother. So whatever DT say, I definitely can't deny. I can't put no salt on this brother. I can't. But
the only
what I'm saying is that this girl Remy was different than Brianna, y'all. This was just a little bit different for me. Now, she didn't um if you talking about 20 years in the game, it's difficult because I've been there before. I've been in young, like you get married young, you think you missing something. She probably thought the grass is greener. Felt like stuff got stale and dull and worn out and she ready to, you know what I'm saying? She ready to test the waters all over again. And I know some of you women can relate. Now, let me say this, DT, because we're going to shift the conversation because we can't go where we was at yesterday or my whole chat going to turn on me.
right.
So let me switch the conversation to this right here. Thank you. Brianna lied about, come on, we may not need to shift real quick. Camille came in here and she put it right there on the floor. Brianna lied about domestic violence. That's one big difference. What you got to say, DT?
Um, I'm focused on Remy. I don't care what Brianna did.
Okay. Now let me switch up the convo. Creeds me is in the building. She says Pmo, I ain't never fumbled no bag. Okay, but did y'all fumble your good man? Did you fumble your good thing? All right, y'all could have fumbled your good man out here. Um,
That's
we know what you
subjective, bro.
do. A lot of these women want the bad guy. Am I right, DT?
I agree with that. I agree.
They don't want the
Mm,
good dude,
Mm-mm.
and
They
they get
boring.
him later. Like they say, you want your future, but you don't want you wait you got to go through all the future nonsense to get to your Russell Wilson. Am I right?
I guess that's how it goes. That's how it goes, I guess.
DT, you gotta be real now. You on the panel now. We up in
Yeah,
it. See,
yeah. I'm just
DT talking
saying.
about guess.
I guess if they want to wrestle, they got to go down that path. I guess
But
you're right.
okay, but DT, as a man,
Hmm.
you a full blown man up here now. Now let's keep it a G.
Facts. Hmm.
Most, if we put a percentage on it, what percentage would you put that most women will rather have a future and they'll tell Russell Wilson I ain't interested.
We gotta do it by age gap. We gotta do it by age.
Okay, well you
All right.
come on,
So
give us some.
19 to 22, it might be 60%.
What?
Uh, yeah, about 60. Well, not that's
Lord,
too high. That's too high. 50,
that's too
50.
high.
That's too high. I ain't gonna say 90 because they might want to have a good night, but not be with them. But anybody over 28, anybody over 28, they shouldn't be going for that.
DT numbers is off.
So they are.
DT numbers is way off. I thought it would have been like 80, 90. DT.
Nah, nah.
So you
Come
think
on,
most
man.
women would go for the corny dude than a dude that's about his business and that's gonna treat them right? You telling me most dudes would rather go for that than to go for the bad guy?
Now we talking about Russell with money. We ain't talking about Russell that's just in the church. He a deacon. We talking about Russell with money, so it's different. Now we talking about just a regular dude. The number may sway.
Now, did you see Upper Echelon come up in here and throw my whole chat off? Upper, now you know you wrong. She said, I'm going to go live and talk about how these dried up Negroes pass up on good women as well and then want to settle down once. You may be right, though. You own something there,
Hey,
Upper.
she might be on to something. So it goes both ways. We can't
It
talk
do,
about
it
them.
do, it do. I think Upper, hey, that's a conversation because most men want, matter of fact, they don't just want. Think about some of these basketball players, and they throwing a whole, conscience out the window. They ain't even got
Oh
no
yeah.
conscience. They going straight for the HOEs or whatever you have.
Yeah, cause they trying to make
Oh, we gonna get to it, Auntie Pimo. Now, I want to know from some of you seasoned women that have been through some relationships and have had your ups and downs. How many of you have checked out of your relationship before your mate knew you checked out? That's the conversation. If you check the live, check the title, that's the conversation. That is what I'm saying. Did Remy Ma check out before Papu knew she checked out? And how many can relate to that?
bro. That again, given the level of difficulty that he was presented to be with her, if she checked out like that, she don't deserve.
But
She's not deserving.
but she checked out, TT. It, it, look how he had to find out things, was what he said. Right? So
I hear
what do
you.
you think? What do you think caused Remy to check out before? Okay, here come Upper. We in trouble. We in trouble. I'm in trouble. Hold on. Pimo may drop catch the link too. Lord have mercy. All right, we back. We back. We back. We back.
They
I
finna
see
get
you
you.
out chosen. Y'all pray for me right now. Y'all pray for me. Keep the prayers going. Keep them prayer wheels turning.
You asked for it, bro. You
DT,
gave a high number.
I love it because DT ain't backing down, boy. And
Nah, I ain't backing
he
down.
done came down. He done came with low percentages and everything. I mean, this.
No. I said low percentages of young girls. I mean
Yeah,
older
but come
women, not
on.
young girls. We're not gonna
Oh,
say 90%. That's crazy.
that's crazy,
90?
bruh.
Bro, that's
It's
crazy.
about, man. Women do not choose
Okay,
for the
okay,
future.
DM. I got you. You know what I'm gonna sway you? I'm
Okay.
gonna put it in your ball court. You think your daughters would have went for the future over the Russell with? And you raised them. Come on now.
No, not my daughters.
All right then.
Not my daughters.
All
Not
right then.
mine.
All right then. So we gotta have a little bit of faith in some of them. You know
Yeah,
what I
we
mean?
do. We do. We do. What's going on, Upper Echelon? Come on, help us out. What's good?
Hey y'all, what's up?
Nothing.
What's
Now,
going on?
I was gonna say this where I think that Papoose messed up on, because see, I'm on Papoose side with this one because, and I'm a Remy fan, right? But I
Hmm.
gotta correct you on one thing. Um when you said that she's self-made or whatever, she got the talent, whatever, mind you, Remy Ma cool or whatever, but let's be for real, she not like the best rapper, right? In my opinion.
Nah.
So
Nah.
she ain't like killing it with the lyrically or nothing like that. But she's okay. But if you listen to Papoose, he said that used to ghostwrite for her. Now before she was with Papoose, she was with Terror Squad. But if Papoose was writing her lyrics when she met him, who was writing her lyrics before?
I think she did.
I don't believe Papoose.
I do. I
I don't.
do. Because if you listen to Remy Ma music before and listen to it after her and Papoose was going strong, she sounds totally different.
The subject matter changed too. Because she used to be on
Yeah.
so how good she looked and all of that. And then it
She
changed to I'm this battle rapper. More of
she
a
was
battle rapper.
exactly. She was a regular, you know,
Uh-huh.
ABC. I'm conceited. I got a
Right.
reason. Just whack. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was popular, but it wasn't like lyric. She wasn't known for being lyrical. But what I wanted to say was, me personally, I feel like man or woman. Now, this is debatable, but I never want to get with somebody while they in a bind, because if you
Facts.
get, you know what I'm saying? If you get with somebody while they in a bind and they going through the worst time of their life, you don't really know if they want you for you or if they need you because they in a bind. And I feel like I was listening to Papoose, and he was like, he literally, when she was in prison, he visited her every single day. He got to know her friends in prison. I mean, he was really there for her. He held it down for her. He was loyal. Papoose, if y'all been following them, because I think she was on Love and Hip Hop, Papoose begged her for a baby. He wanted a baby with her he already had kids, but he wanted a baby with her. And she used to
Hmm.
always be like, nah, well, if we get married, I'll have a baby. So we married her, they had a baby. So it's like he wanted this life with her, and he was more in love with her. And she just more so, I feel like, to be honest, and this is debatable as well, I feel like Remy never really was in love with Papoose. I feel like he did all of that for her while she was locked up, and she knew if she would have came out and been doing her, people would have been looking at her like a fucked up person.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how he do all of that for you and then you get out and end up with somebody else. So I feel like she was with him out of obligation.
Okay.
Yes, yes. I gotta agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe so. Upper. Let me ask you. And Auntie Pimo is it got some friendly banter up in the chat upper, because she must rap with my girl Remy Ma on her rap skills. So you know what I'm saying?
But listen, Auntie Pimo, I'm a music head. And I know, listen, well, music, it's subjective. Like, but I'm a music head. Me personally, I don't feel like Remy at first, when she first got, because I think Remy like really got popular in like 2006 or 2007, like right before she had got locked up and stuff.
Yeah,
She,
around that time
she,
frame.
right. She was not, like DT said, she wasn't no like battle rapper. You could clearly tell that somebody was writing her lyrics. But that's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? I like Remy too, but I think Remy, I want to say she played the fool. She played the dummy, because y'all, D-Ham, you was right. She did fumble what seemed to be a decent guy. Now, everybody got their faults and stuff like that, but if what Papoose is saying is true, he done caught her with a woman and the baby was in the bed while she was dealing with the woman and all of
That's
this.
crazy.
Now, who you choose to believe is who you choose to believe. But let me tell you what I don't like. Right?
Uh huh.
I don't like Clarissa Shields' strong face ass. You the girlfriend. You supposed to shut up. You supposed to shut
Come
up.
on.
You now, unless Remy come at her and disrespect her, then she can talk. But until then, first of all, he's still married. Y'all shouldn't even be public with it. So that's number one. Number two, she's not talking to you. She's talking to her husband. They're separated and going through their little spat with the divorce. Why are you talking?
Come on.
Like
Come
you
on.
can tell that now this thing because a lot of times people get talent confused with personality. Now she's talented, she's a great fighter, but when somebody wrong, they wrong. She don't have no business tweeting about this situation, talking about this situation, because it's none of her business. She needs to stay in a side chick place, a girlfriend place, because really what she is a side chick, because she's dealing with a married man. It don't matter if he's separated or not. He's married. So
He's married.
she need to stay out of it and shut up. You could tell she's inexperienced and young because she don't know what her place is. And Papoose need to tell her to shut her ass up. She ain't got nothing to do with that. Be quiet.
I feel like he's doing that on purpose. I feel like
And she thinks
Melissa's playing her role.
she intimidating Remy because she's a fighter. You know what I mean? But she
Right.
gotta remember Remy pop people. You know what I'm saying? She not gonna fight you. So we already know what she went to prison for. So I don't think Remy's intimidated at all. But Remy made a post recently where she was like, you know, shoot, when you was 13, you youngest, you just turned 30. When you were 13, I was dealing with him.
Whoa.
Yeah, you was a baby and I was dealing with him. Clarissa Shields just turned 30 years old. And so she told her Papoose 47 years old. He got a kid your age.
Correct. Now,
She needs to learn her place.
Wow, Upper, you sort of in the middle. And that's a good place to be because you calling it down the middle.
Yeah, because it ain't no part. You want to know why? Because with a situation like this, we don't know who telling the truth for real. Because it seemed like both of them did their stuff. Remy said that he pawned her jewelry and then he broke. He said he got text messages of her saying she only got a couple dollars on her bank account, so she broke. So he said he want the divorce. She said he ain't signing it. You really just don't know. You know what I mean? So you can't really choose a side. You can just speculate. But I can tell you who I do know is wrong. Clarissa Shields, she wrong, and she need to stay in her place, and she need to realize she's a rebound. And whatever Remy talking about right now, she finna be singing that same sad song in a few months. So she should just shut up because she don't even know the man like that.
Yeah, she's just now getting to know him. Now that's a good. Now stay right there, Upper, real quick. I want to ask DT. Maybe you know the answer to this, Upper, too. How long was Remy Ma locked up?
I don't know. I can't recall.
Was it 8 years? I can't remember.
I'm gonna have to Google that one. I don't know. I remember
Google it real quick.
I
want to know, do you think, Upper, that Papoose remained faithful during those 8 years? Because we could just be, because based on what we don't know, we could just think he's the greatest guy since sliced bread.
No, I'm gonna tell you what. It don't even matter. It don't even matter if even if he did do his thing or whatever on the side and she ain't know about it. He still came and visit. Whoever he was messing with on the side while she was locked up, he still made her his priority.
Yep, he did. Now you can't knock that.
And we ain't got no proof that he messed around on the side.
Speculation could be wrong right now.
Now we can use our common sense, but you know, but we ain't got no proof. And even if he did, he still stayed loyal to a certain extent.
Yeah, right. He did. That's big. That's big. Upper just you just put it all out there. Now we had Auntie Pimo try to come up on here, but I think Upper has really set the table, y'all, for a good dialogue, a good conversation. And I think that's why I went live, because I wanted to have it, because I looked at this couple as a strong image of what love looked like in our community. And now that it went left like it did, it's sad.
Papoose a sucker. You know what I'm saying? Like he really is, because he calling the other dude a lame. But if you ask me, he's a lame, because he said, I mean, come on. When somebody show you who they are, you got to believe them. How many times you gonna catch this lady cheating on you before you get the message?
Facts. I
mean, he's a sucker. So and then I don't know if you saw Remy Ma, she did another live. You could tell she never even really liked this dude for real. Let me tell you something. If a woman like a man, she damn near gonna try to have a baby with him. You understand? He had to beg her for a baby. And when she was on live today, she was like, she was like, I don't even like the cologne you wear, nigga. Like, damn, you don't even like how the nigga smell. Like a lot come out when people get mad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I really feel like she might have loved him because of what he did for her, but she was never in love with him because ain't no way. It's just no way that you saying all of this stuff. You don't like how he smell. You was cheating on him with a whole woman, and then the woman that he caught her cheating with was a woman she was locked up with. So they must have had a relationship with. He coming to visit her every day, and she sleeping with a woman when he leave visiting hours. She in a whole relationship with her.
Right.
Right.
Upper. Upper.
Yeah,
I made a mistake in banning hot and spicy because I was trying to post her comment. How do I unban? How do I find a way to get her
you got
unbanned?
to go to your studio.
Oh Lord.
Yep.
Okay. Let me go to that. But yeah, I'm with you. Um.
Now, see, now. Let me correct that. Okay, so hot and spicy says love doesn't have an age. Maybe
Hmm.
not, but it should. It should have an age. Just like when we was up here talking about that situation with Shannon Sharp. At a
Yeah.
certain point, you it at a certain point you have to look at it like you may be physically attracted to a person, you may fall in love with somebody's personality, but you have to learn, you have to love with your heart and your mind. Because what do you have in common with this young person? Now, I'm not saying like what Clarissa Shields is what 30. She just turned 30. Papoose about to be 50 years old. What they got to
Yeah.
talk about?
Exactly.
Right.
Let
She about to be
that
50.
girl need to leave that man alone and focus on her, because she need to focus on her boxing career. She just now getting big and all of that. She finna fuck up, have a baby and shit. And I'm telling you,
She better
It's
not
gonna
have
be
a
a whole
baby
nother
with that
triangle.
47-year-old man.
Okay,
right?
I'm in my studio, Upper. What I gotta do? Walk me
So
through what I gotta do.
you got to go to your settings, and it should show you who you have blocked, and then it'll give you a chance. It'll give you
Settings.
the opportunity to go ahead and unblock hot and spicy or whoever you want to unblock. It says settings or something like that. I don't remember because I'm not looking at it. Let me see. Hold
No,
on.
it ain't settings.
Say something like that.
Oh, I'm so sorry, hot and spicy. Man, God, I hit that and I didn't even realize it. I'm trying to unblock her. Y'all give me a second. I'm so sorry. I gotta unblock her.
Go ahead, take your time.
Yeah. But you're right. She better not have a baby with that 47-year-old man. He can go from daddy to papa real quick.
I don't see how to do it. No, I don't see how to do it. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear
DC.
you. Yeah, I'm with
Okay, I don't know where Upper went, but I can't figure it out, hot and spicy. If you're listening to this, I'm trying to figure it out. Okay, my bad. I was just trying to pin your comment and I end up hitting a ban some kind of way. This new StreamYard is difficult. So I gotta figure that out, y'all. Um,
you. Are you in your YouTube studio?
yeah.
All right. Well, don't they got a search at the top? You can type block, and it'll tell you how to unblock people. You can type the question, and it'll show you how to do it at the top.
Uh-uh. I don't see that.
Where's cheese when I need them? No, you can type. It's a search
Okay,
bar.
I see the search bar. Okay,
Type block up there.
let me see block. It got videos come up. Um, let's go with. I'm trying to figure it out, y'all. Y'all give me a second. I guess hot and spicy. If you are not blocked, okay. She want me. Okay, Upper want me to drop the link. Okay. Here's Auntie Pimo. Hey, Auntie.
Hey, am I in?
You in this time?
Where's Upper? I ain't never fought my niece in public.
I'm chosen. Said she fixed it. Oh, thank you. I'm chosen. What you say now, Auntie Pimo? You never what?
Fought my niece in public.
Uh huh. She has an interesting take, don't she?
I love me some Apollon. Apollon. I never fought my family in public, but Apollon, I want to fight you because, because listen, baby girl, you know that mess that Remy Ma pulled is completely wrong. But I want to say this, Apollon, you have to give me a head start because you know I have arthritis. But let me say this, okay? In all seriousness, I honestly agree. Half-ass with Apollon, and you too, Dham.
Uh huh.
It's not about who cheated first, who cheated what, who did it. You know what stands out to me?
Uh huh.
And it's the same thing with the sector with LaTruth and uh, Can't Get Right. It's who brought it to the internet.
Right.
Because listen, when I was in college, I'm just going to put this out here. I'm embarrassed to say it. I don't even like to reflect on it. It's embarrassing. God, this is embarrassing to say. But I had just I had just got accustomed to sex, right?
Right.
In my college days. And I was like, oh, this is good. Oh, this feels good. Oh, this one makes me feel good. And
Yeah.
this one, so the man that loved me, and I know to this day, and I'm damn near I am a senior citizen.
Uh huh.
This that man that loved me in college, I know he loves me to this day. I cheated
Right.
and I disrespected him. But guess what? It came from me not having the words to
Right.
say,
Right.
hey, I'm unhappy. I think we should go our separate ways, blah, 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 blah. And let me be honest. It
Uh
was
huh.
also because not only um, was he my man, right? But because he took care of me financially. And I didn't want to lose that. Guess what?
Uh
That
huh.
shit, that shit is replayed in our adulthood.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. You right
replayed
now.
in our adulthood. Now I'm reflecting on my college days. Immature, don't have the words to express my feelings. Dropped a man for another man for
Right.
sexual reasons. Okay.
Yeah.
So I understand that it's all wrong. And that's what I believe. Now I believe what Remy is going is, is bigger, right? It's bigger.
Right.
Uh-huh.
But if we're honest as women, we really don't have the words. Um, we don't know how to just say. And for you, DM,
Uh huh.
men don't either. Y'all asses don't either. You typically leave one woman and move on to the next, and you want your cake and eat it too. Well, don't play us out because
What
we
you mean?
experience the same thing.
Right. And
But
that.
when
And
you
So
mhm.
go ahead.
go
I
ahead.
want to hear. No, what were you about to say? You said so. What?
So what are you saying she gets a pass,
No, no, no,
basically?
no. Listen to what I'm saying, baby. I'm saying
Hmm.
this shit. This shit I went through in my college days, right?
Right.
Ain't no way a 44-year-old woman. I ain't giving no pass to no 44-year-old woman. You were
Well,
wrong.
well,
She
well,
was
well,
wrong.
well, this is where I think everybody can agree. I think everybody can agree she was wrong, Auntie Pimo. But I experienced marriage at a very young age, right?
Okay.
Very young. Um, even though you make that commitment, you still ain't prepared for forever,
Okay.
right? You're not prepared for forever.
Okay. Keep going. I'm listening.
And so that being said, okay, I'm gonna drop. Okay, maybe she's back up here. Yeah, Upper's back up here. Okay, I got you. Upper, you back up here now.
Now, Upper,
Uh,
you know I'm trying to fight you, but you know I have arthritis, baby.
Upper
What
line,
did I do?
where you at?
What I do?
I don't know, niece. You said something that made me say I'm finna fight my niece, but I ain't got my arthritis medication.
Well, you was talking. She was talking about Remy Ma's not a great rapper. That's one of the things you was hot about.
Oh yeah,
I
baby.
mean,
Oh
she's
yeah.
fine.
Let me go. Let me go rub my damn hands down. But go ahead. Go ahead, DL.
I don't want to. I don't want to get beat up, Auntie people.
Baby, old people can fight. Don't.
Yeah, I think Upper's take is very honest and is genuine, and I think it's her
Absolutely.
understanding on what we grew up on, Remy's time window when she was really like on the scene, and and how her career went. So I think I can accept that, even though I'm a Remy Ma fan, and I always wanted to see her win, and I wanted to see her do even greater rap songs that really highlighted her talent. Um, when you're a battle rapper, it's hard to cross over from a battle rapper to a commercialized rapper, and she did the best at it versus a lot. Even Papoose couldn't do it. As lyrically genius as he is, he could not cross over the commercial. He could battle rap you and slay you, but he could not switch it. Where y'all at?
No, no, no. You're
That's
right. We're
because
listening.
that's because
You're
Papoose.
listening. We agree.
Yeah, that's
Upper,
because Papoose um he don't have the delivery to be a commercial rapper. You have to you just got to have a certain type of delivery. Just like Remy didn't sound right trying to battle rap. You got to stay in your lane. Most of the best rappers are underground rappers, battle rappers,
uh huh,
lyrical, and most of the most popular commercial, the ones that end up on a top Hot 100 list and all of that, and go platinum and all of that. They not very lyrical. They just got a good hook, a good beat, a great stylist, and they hooked up with the right people. It's unfair, but that's just kind of how life works. It's not really about talent. I mean, look at Cardi B. Cardi B has admitted several times that she doesn't write anything,
right,
and she's one of the most popular female rappers um, of our time, and she don't write nothing.
right, and that's the
It's
part
about your
that
delivery.
that's the part that I had a problem with. Now, okay, now it's a lot been said up here, so I got two intelligent, strong-minded ladies up here on this platform right now. So and I got DT, of course. DT is a very wise man. But let me ask y'all something. When it comes down to um a woman being married so young and now is experiencing like a midlife crisis, if you will, how much does that go into where we at today with this couple?
I think that and upper lawn. You know I love you, niece. I was just teasing. Um, but I believe Upper and I on the same page. As a matter of fact, I believe DT and Dham, we're on the same page. All I know is this: when it comes to their relationship, and this is what I try to, y'all know, I try to talk to my real life nieces about this because my real life nieces, they off the chain. Lord Jesus, they are so off the
I
change.
hear Pimo no more. Can
Chain.
y'all hear Pimo?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can
Can,
hear
okay, they're off the chain, and I fight with my nieces, my real life nieces now because they're so comfortable in telling me their real life journey, right? But
you.
here's
Right.
what I want to say: all of the rapping and what we feel about her as a lyricist, that's just opinion. But what I'm saying, if you're done, ladies, this is just my thought process. If you're done with the man, just say that.
Mm,
Back in the
Facts.
days when I was in college, I didn't have the words. I didn't have it. I didn't know. But as I grew older, I learned, right? Just say that. Don't cheat. Don't sneak. And especially don't play in that man's face.
wow.
Because yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. Hell, I think y'all half-ass weak. You are. And you can't handle the truth, right? Especially if that woman is interested in entertaining the opposite sex, right?
Correct.
Well, all I say is to a woman, just be real about where you are and who you are, and stand on business, right?
Mm, that's
It'll
strong.
help. It'll help everyone. All of this running to the internet, and you did this and you said this. That's so freaking childish.
Yeah.
Just stand on who you are. Hey, forgive me, D Ham. I'm just gonna say this. Hey, my monkey jumps when least expected,
Right.
right? And
Right.
I and anybody that follow Auntie Pimo, y'all know what I mean by monkey. That monkey jumps when you don't even expect it.
Uh huh.
And if you allow that monkey to control your mind, you'll find yourself in a position to where you're doing almost any and everything.
Mm,
That's my only stance to my beautiful women out there. Mind over monkey. And if you ask me,
yeah.
Remy did not have control of that monkey. That's it.
Wow.
That's why.
That's on
That's
point.
it.
Now we ain't gonna
That's
we ain't gonna
Yeah.
dispute that. That's a great word.
Absolutely not.
That's
Upper, what
all
you got to
facts.
say?
That's, that's all facts. I wanted to see. Do you in the back?
Uh, you was breaking
Can you
up.
present it? Can you present what I'm sharing in the back?
Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Let me see. Let me see. Hold on. Private chat.
I want y'all to see. I want y'all to see something.
I can't.
come on.
I can't present
Come
it. Upper.
on
I
up a
don't see it.
lot. Come on
You
up
can't
a
present it.
lot.
I don't
You
see it.
can't see it,
Hold on. I see it now. Okay. Hold on. Let me take the comment down.
but I will say I feel like if you done with them, just say that because that's how I feel it. Like I said, I really don't.
You breaking up a little bit, Upper. Upper, where y'all go? Hold on.
I'm here.
Where Upper at? Oh, she dropped down. She's having audio. But that would I think she wanted to really give us something, some content. Hold on, here she go. Okay, I got you
I don't
back,
know
Upper.
how I drive down. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Go
You
ahead.
got it back
Okay.
up here,
What I was
Auntie.
gonna say was, I think that people, I don't know what y'all heard now or something happened, but I think that people was right, for the most part. I think that she was with him out of love. I think she was with him out of obligation. But I wish you could have shared that picture that I just sent you. Because if y'all, I know this
I,
is petty,
I
but
did,
if
Upper.
y'all would have
Put it back up
seen,
here.
you shared it,
Yeah,
you
I had it
shared the
up here.
picture.
Yeah, it was up here.
Oh, I had dropped. I fell off, so I didn't see it. But
Yeah, your
if
audio was
y'all
just going in
see
and out.
what Remy, yeah, I think I got bad connection. But if y'all see how Remy Ma was looking while she was locked up, that man was in love.
Oh,
Yes.
give us that picture
Yes.
again.
Yes.
Give us that picture
It wasn't
again.
about her looks.
Yes.
I thought that was a video.
Yeah, that's love.
Yes. Come on, niece. Come on, niece. Uh, DM, get that picture
I,
from
It sound
niece.
like
damn.
somebody.
I'm.
That sound like I hear a vacuum or something in the background. Do y'all
That
hear
was
that?
my
Or is that
automatic.
just is that?
That was my automatic
Oh, I'm
vacuum.
like I'm not.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to clean and sip wine and talk. Come on, come on, come on,
Where
come
go,
on,
Upper?
Upper. Don't let it stop you, baby girl. Don't let it stop you. Send that picture to DM. He loved her to her core.
Uh
And
huh.
that's what made me so it made me feel so good because it wasn't about glitz and glamour. Come on, Upper,
Oh, he
send that
did love
picture,
her.
baby
He
girl.
did love her.
He loved her from her core.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
loved her.
Yep. He loved
And
that
baby,
woman.
when I find a man that loves you, women, when you find a man that loves you, when you find a man that loves you, even with your mental diagnosis, girl, stick with him. Please stick with him because he's trying to help you grow and heal.
Shanta, I appreciate your comment. You're right. I don't. I believe that there should be some accountability. And you says majority of us are Remy fans, but that don't mean we think she's right with how she handled this. No, she's not right.
Absolutely,
She's
absolutely,
not right.
Shanta. Absolutely, Shanta. I love Remy Ma. Y'all can't
Yep.
play with me about Remy. Me and Upalon. Upalon is my niece.
Yeah.
If I
Yeah.
be honest with y'all, she's one of my favorite nieces.
Yes.
Y'all can't F with her. If you come
Yeah.
for Remy Ma, I mean, if you come for Upper, you're gonna have a problem with Auntie Pimo. I'm
Mm.
just putting it out there. However,
Upper is a rarity. You know, to have
she, baby,
such
listen,
intellect.
baby, listen. Upper is one of those
Who
that
came for
make that Upper is one of those that makes me sit in a corner
Yeah.
and smile and nod my head with glee.
Yeah.
Because listen,
Uh
I
huh.
know I don't want to get too serious for y'all, but Upper, I need you to hear this. You are one of those that make a black older woman sit in a corner, nod her head, and know that when she take her last breath, it's somebody, it's somebody
Mhm.
that understands what this
Mhm.
life is about, right? And what
Absolutely.
I've been following you longer than you think you wouldn't even imagine. You and
oh,
D Ham.
thank
Yeah.
I've been following you, and I've always said that's my baby. You know, I get offline and I walk around and I be like, "Oh, that's my baby." She told they ass, and see, you didn't even know. No, I did. I
I'm
really
trying to tell
walked
you.
around my house and said, "That's my baby." She told they mother, you know. But I'm telling you, baby, you are one of a kind.
Is.
You are the one that make an older person sit back and say, "Shit, you
That's
know,
facts.
everything we
Thank you.
fought for,
I
everything
appreciate
we
it. You know,
talk about." Yeah, yeah,
yes, ma'am.
you're her, you are her. But what I'm trying to say is, D Ham,
Uh huh.
I don't be playing when I say I want to fight you, though, nigga. I want to fight.
I know you, Auntie Pimo. You have came in this thing and you really have made your presence felt.
You
And
shut it down.
and and I think when we hear when you when we just hear you talk, we know it's coming from a good place. Like, I seen a video the other day, and it's not to change the subject all the way, y'all, but I seen a video the other day where this young boy was getting chastised by his grandmother, and she was just saying, "I'm doing this because I love you," and she's trying to tell him where he was wrong and what's gonna happen to him for being disobedient.
Were they in the jail cell?
No, she was in her kitchen. You seen that old stove and old grandma stove and all of that. Not to call you grandma, but it's just the wisdom that came from her that I'm trying to make a point to. And I think she sat the little boy in the kitchen and said, "Listen, I'm trying to tell you the truth. You gon' Something's going bad happen to you." But she said, "I'm telling you this out of love." And you can tell that we missing that element in life right now. We're missing, like, our children are not growing up with this type of women.
And I appreciate that. And what I want to say to y'all, I remain faceless, but not voiceless. I don't want to fight. I don't. I want to help heal my people. And y'all don't know how often I'm alone crying,
Mhm. Mhm.
listening,
Mhm.
based on some of the stuff I hear. And I'm like crying. It's like God, help my people.
Mhm.
How did we get here? Right?
Right.
So I understand exactly what you're saying, DM. And so when I drop into your live, or I drop into Upper's live, or whoever's live, I don't want you to think I mean you no disrespect, but my life is so complex at my age. Just imagine, my life is so,
Right.
I'm busy. I can only catch a little bit, but glory to God, the little bit that I catch, I agree with. So
Right.
that's what I mean by, oh, damn, I'm gonna fight you. I'm
Yeah.
joking.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really support you. I really love what you're doing, and we need a black man's voice. The upper, the Ashley Chess MM, we need that, and I'm so grateful to social media, YouTube, because that's what we need. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I just went all off. But go
Let
ahead.
me
What were
say
you saying?
something to really quick to Pimo's point, D Ham. I hope you don't mind. Um, I wanted to say that, just what Pimo just said to me about how, she looks at the younger generation of black women, and she's impressed and happy when she sees that, because she's like, okay, we have somebody that is going to, that knows, that understands, and is going to be able to pass down uh, the proper teachings to the next generation. So what I want to say is, I have always been around the older black women who spoke positivity, who checked you when you were wrong, who encouraged you when you were down, who told you when you were right. But they never encouraged bad behavior, because they knew how detrimental it would be to our community and to our families and to the next generation. So when I see older black women here on this internet encouraging bad behavior, it is so disheartening, because I see that they have no care for our community. They have no care for the generations to come. It's all about a dollar. So it's amazing to see, and so I'm so happy that Pimo came into this sector, because now we have more mature women more seasoned women who are giving the proper advice, who are calling it
Right.
like it is,
Yes.
and not
Yes.
placating, pacifying bad behavior. Because you got some older women out here that got full blown crushes on these 30-some-year-old women. And they will tell them that they right even when they wrong. It doesn't even matter. Just
Yes.
because they want to be in their good graces. And that's not what a grown, older, mature, seasoned woman does. So I have so much respect for Pimo, because one thing about Pimo, she don't care if it's politically correct or not. She gonna call it like she see it. Because you know how they do us over here in this sector. We'll call something out and then they'll flip it and say, oh, they talking about kids, or oh, they talking about this, and knowing darn well that it's not with that intention. So I give Pimo her props for being for her bravery, and for calling it like it is. So that's what I want to say. Never in my life have I seen so many older Black women that are so delusional until I came into this sector. But now we can get back on topic. Shout out to Pimo.
Wow.
Wait,
That's
wait, wait.
awesome.
Shout out to Pimo.
Before y'all move further, I just want to let you know, Upper, you got me so emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't cry, Pimo.
No,
Yep.
you,
That's upper. She got
you
that.
have me so emotional
Mm-hmm.
because I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna drop down. That was my goal.
Yeah.
That was my goal, right? And I don't do everything right. I don't call everything right. I'm imperfect, but let me tell you something. I want my Black women to know, I'm sorry, D Ham and anyone else. Don't you lay on your freaking back
Mm-hmm.
and give your all to a man that don't respect you, baby. Don't do it.
Wow.
And it's no shame in being single. There's no
Come
shame.
on.
It's
Come on.
no shame in being single. You be single, but you live with your dignity and your pride, baby.
Mm.
It's no shame in being single. I know, I'm sorry, DM, that cat gonna jump. That monkey gonna
No,
jump,
no,
right?
no. I know it. You right.
It's
Go ahead and
gonna
talk it.
jump. And we
Go
Mm-hmm.
ahead and
gotta
talk it.
deal with real stuff. We
That's
gotta
reality.
deal with it. But that doesn't mean that, I don't know how many. Upper, I'm gonna say this about you. I love you. I've been following you a long time. I don't know how many kids you have. I don't know how many baby daddies you have. To me, that was never important. It was never important. One thing I knew is that you were an excellent mom, because you would be talking your on live and you say, "Okay, y'all, I gotta go. My baby, da 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 da." I heard that. Or, "Okay, y'all, I gotta go. I gotta go to work. I can't be on. I gotta get." I heard that, and that was more important than any other thing that I could have ever heard come out of your mouth. Your motherhood came first, and your intelligence. I ain't gonna just overlook that. Your intelligence, your education. I was impressed, and I was like, "Oh, that's my baby there. Oh, yeah, I hear my baby." But you never put all of your emphasis on. You never talked about no man. And that's what I loved about you. Yeah, if he come, he comes. I do what I do. I am who I am. But shit, he's not gonna come before my babies. And that's the only thing I try to impress upon young Black women. You got to have mind over that monkey. Because once that monkey start jumping, you start doing things that it's just not even natural. And I feel that about Remy. I feel that about Can't Get Right, Lie on You. I feel that about them. And that's why a lot of my content is based around them, because I don't want our young Black women to grow up being like that. And that's all I'm saying. And I'm so impressed with D Ham and, the other men that can chime in and say, yeah, ladies, we like this, but we don't like that.
Facts. Well, one
And
thing I can say.
let me
Go
say
ahead.
this to her point real quick. When it comes to
Yeah.
men, or being single as a mom and getting a man or whatever the case is, one thing that I know is that you're not gonna find, or I'll say a good man is not gonna find you if you're not taking care of your children. Because don't no good man want no deadbeat mom.
Mm,
Absolutely
Even if
not.
they
baby.
even if they not, because a man can't love you if he don't respect you. So ain't nobody gonna respect a woman that sit there and he might even allow you to prioritize your children, or prioritize you over
Him, him,
him
him.
over prioritize him over your children. He might allow that for his own selfish needs, but he'll never take you serious. So
Speak.
a good man will find you when he sees that you're taking care of yourself and your responsibility. You got to get you right first. And any man, and that goes for women too. Any woman that will sit up and lay up with a man that's not taking care of his children speaks
Come
of
on,
her.
come on, come on.
So,
Uh-huh.
if a woman really believes that she's going to get that man and solidify that relationship by neglecting
Mm,
her children and prioritizing him, you got to understand some men will allow you to do that, but he's never going to take you serious because his thought process is you not taking care of your kids. I'm not going to have a kid with you so you cannot take care of mine.
Come
Exactly.
on.
come on, Upper. Do y'all not understand why this my damn niece? She
Well,
is
I'm a
she's not she's not she's not desperate.
yeah.
Not at
Her
Yes.
all.
aura, her
Grounded.
aura, she's grounded.
Mm-hmm.
She's a woman and a mother first, and you're gonna have to meet her where she's at. You can't play with her, and I
Man,
love that.
you got me up here blushing, Pimo. Now you stop that now.
It's
Nah,
real.
baby,
It's real.
you are that. You are all that, and I love it because see, Upper, listen to me, baby. I need you to toot your horn a little bit more. And the reason why I need you to toot your horn a little bit more, stop being modest. I need you to toot your horn a little bit more because you are teaching our babies.
Yeah.
Toot your damn horn.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
guess what?
I don't
I'm sorry, DM, but
go
what
ahead,
you
baby.
telling another woman is, baby, a young woman, you
Yeah.
a piece of good D.
Yeah.
Listen, we've all experienced a piece of good D. But what you telling them, you tell them you got to come more with it. And I
Yeah.
love that about you. I love that about baby girl. Listen, I need you to stop being modest. And as you continue your content, just throw a little of that in. Just throw a little of that in. I need that
You know,
because
I'm naturally very humble. I can't
I
help it.
know,
People
I
tell me
know.
I just, you know, but I do appreciate it, Pimo. I really, really do. And you want to know what
Yeah.
I want to ask D Ham something too,
Yeah.
because a lot of what we speaking on, and I call D Ham Deacon D Ham because that's Pastor D Ham right there.
Girl,
I
I
want
try to keep from cussing in front of you.
but I want to because he's knowledgeable when it comes to things from the biblical standpoint. I want to know what his thoughts are about what I just said because about caring for your children and how you'll
Mm,
receive your blessing from that because it's actually
mm,
uh, in the Bible that if you do not care for your children, that God will not bless you. And somebody actually posted I can't think of the name, the scripture, I can't think of the book, but it actually states that a man that does not care for his children, and we know that when the Bible says man, he's speaking about woman as well.
Yeah.
But
mankind.
we're speaking on mankind. So it says if a man does not care for his own seed, he's worse than a non-believer. So even God does not honor someone who does not care for his own for what he has laid down and created. So I want D Ham to speak on that
Okay,
because
and,
And it go back to the Remy situation. Because if you
Yeah.
remember, it go back to that. Because if you remember, Papoose did say that she completely neglected
Yeah.
the little
right.
the
But
daughter, the sister daughter.
upper. Before I hear that question, and I want DM to answer it, but before he do, I want to say something to all of you. I'm faceless because I chose this route. But I want to say this. I don't like to talk about my personal life, but upper your life, I don't know much about your lifestyle, but what I can say is I was in a position in my life to where I was confused and I was asking the same question that you're saying you want D Ham to speak to. And I remember one day at church, I, I was always in ministry. Okay. And if I'm honest with y'all, I hated it. I hated it. I hated being in ministry because leadership in church means you have to show up more. Am I right, DM?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. So I showed up more, and but uh, mind you, upper, I'm a single parent at the time, right? I'm like this.
Uh-huh.
Want me to be in here? I started getting kind of ghetto and ignorant. Yeah. I'm applying ghettoism to the biblical aspect of
Yeah.
what they're saying. But at the end of the day, this old lady walked up to me. Listen to me, y'all. Please listen to me. If you're in a situation to where I was in at that moment, an old lady walked up to me, and I guess she could see the stress on my face. We were in the sanctuary. I was a ministry leader, and I'm not gonna mention what ministry, but I was. And she walked up to me and she said, "What's wrong with you, sister?" You know, and I said, "I'm tired." That's all I could say, y'all. I'm tired. I'm just tired. And she said, "Listen to me, baby." This was an older lady. She said, "Listen to me, baby." She grabbed my hands when she said this. She said, "God want you to give everything that you're giving to raising your children." And she looked at me and she said, "And I promise you, he will give you time for you." Yeah, and then y'all know me. I rolled my eyes at her ass. I was like, "You don't let go of my damn hand."
Right.
I was like, "Let go of my damn hands. I ain't trying to hear that. I'm tired, I'm mad, I'm angry. God, why am I here in the first place?" Right? But where I stand, where I stand now, I'm like, oh, because I did what she said to do. Upper, listen, I did what she said. Pour into your babies
Yeah.
and run your household, baby. Because God is giving you time for you and them babies. Trust me, you're going to live a long life, Upper. And he's going to give you all the other things that you pray for. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So I didn't understand it then, but now things are so clear to me. Like, things don't happen when we want it. God said in his time, not ours. We want right now. We want can't wait.
Mm.
But God said it's in my time.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was the only thing I wanted to throw in there. But go ahead, DM, answer her question.
Well,
I
yeah.
appreciate that, P-Mo.
I'm gonna just say this, upper. From a biblical standpoint, of course. I think I think what God did spiritually is he's given women the responsibilities that only a woman can carry out. Um, he when he created a woman, he did it with such sophistication and such craftiness. He handcrafted women, and so Um, when we look at women giving birth to children and the nourishment that comes from a woman and all the way into their you like your responsibility is to birth out what he planted. Any seed that's in you, you're supposed to give birth to. And I think that men don't understand the complexity of women, and oftentimes we can mishandle something so precious because what you guys are doing, what Pimo is speaking to is when it comes to you is you're a younger version of some of the greatest women that have went already went on to be with God. You are now been raised up. Like God sometimes have to raise intelligent minds up in this type of generation in order for them to be a standard against the reality that we're living in and the norm that we're living in. So the norm that we're living in is more women feeling like, and I seen Shanta's comment in my comment section saying that Remy Ma switched up when she started looking better and got her body done.
I'm sorry, DM. Can
Yeah,
you? I don't
there's
know.
an echo.
I
Pimo, she
think
may be
With
back in.
chemo, yeah. Just mute.
I'm gonna put her on mute. Let me mute Pimo. Okay. Um, but what it is God said he'll lift up a spirit, a standard against whatever it is um that we're up against. And I think what we're seeing now is we have to tell the truth. You know, we have to tell the truth. And I think women like yourself that is not ashamed to be honest and be vulnerable at the same time, um, have proven you don't have to go and be a ratchet and have to go get your body done in order to be accepted and to be loved. Um, Although that may be an enhancement that someone may desire to do, but that should not change your mission in life and your responsibilities when it pertains to God. And I just feel like what we're seeing now is women is throwing throwing everything to the back burner when it comes to making certain that they keep the structure in a house in order. We never seen it on this type of time table where men are doing the women role and the women are feeling like let me abandon my marriage. It used to be the other way around. So when you see what Papu said that I was with those kids while you was out there in the streets, that is the total opposite of what God designed and desired for us to be at. And it's not to say the men should be out running the streets and doing God knows what, but it shows you how far away from God we have fell. We're falling, but there's still a remnant of people like you and Pimo and those that's in my chat that still see the wrong in what's going on when it comes to women choosing the route that they're taking. And I just
Right.
feel like you have to use your channel to reel these young women back in, reel their minds back in, and give them something more to hold on to. And and that's what I would say. He said that he calls the young because they're strong, but he calls the old because they're wise. And I think you're just a young woman with wisdom beyond your years. And I just think that that's what Pimo is referring to when it comes to you. But your take on life is necessary. And I think Upper what she's saying is don't let the mantle fall. Like you got the mantle, you got the voice. You ain't your mind works very well. It's sharp. You are actually a walking. Uh, I mean, you possibly could possess so many titles in your life that you didn't seek to have, but that doesn't mean that you doesn't possess the qualities that those titles uh is destined for. So I think or designed to be. I think what we need is more women that will call out what's wrong. Remy Ma
Right.
is wrong in this situation.
Yep.
Brianna was wrong in her situation. Um, it's time out for pacifying and giving people passes just because their gender fits the role or
Right.
fits the bill. So I think what we need more now is than any time before that we can see that this generation is going out, is falling from grace, and it's falling fast.
Right. Right. And I agree with that. I think what it is that there is fear in doing what's right. A lot of the times is fear in speaking the truth. A lot of times because you have to deal with what comes with it after the fact. If you look at you know, truth tellers and people that, you know, speak the truth in the past, what has happened to those people has always been something horrible. There's always some sort of negative connotation when it comes to people that tell the truth or quote unquote truth tellers.
Right.
You know, people that try to educate the community have always been punished in unimaginable ways. When you look at the black leaders of our community, every time they spoke too loudly or told the truth a little bit too much, they were assassinated. And that's
Correct.
kind of like a dramatic comparison, but it's really speaks on human nature. When you're too loud and you're drawing attention to the truth too much, and when you're trying to open up certain people's eyes, people don't always like that, and so it's easier to just when the what is the old saying? Do when in Rome, do what the Romans do. So if everybody else is wrong, it's kind of easier just to go along with that crowd because that's what everybody else is doing, because you don't want to stick out like a sore thumb and be like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. That's not right, because then people will attack you. But
Correct.
what I've learned throughout, you know, life is just because a person is being attacked doesn't always mean that they're wrong. As a matter of fact, oftentimes it means that they're right.
Correct. Correct.
So that's what I've learned. That's what I've learned. It's important to evaluate things on your own and
And, yeah.
and see what's right and what's wrong from your perspective versus the group perspective. I hate to change the I'm not trying to change the trajectory of your life, but let me just say this too. Um, that is exactly what happened during this saga. Actually, what happened during this saga is that there was a clear right party and a clear wrong party, and a lot of people were defending the right party at first, but then it became too difficult. It became too scary for some people. It became too treacherous. People were being threatened. People's information was being put out. So a lot of people naturally are cowardly, if you ask me. And most people have the mentality if you can't beat them, join them. But then you got those strong people that said it doesn't matter what you do to me, I'm going to continue to tell the truth.
Say that last part.
I said, and then you have some people who are going to continue to tell the truth no matter what.
Yeah.
Being a
Well,
truth
that's
teller is not easy.
that's what the scripture says now. Not to take it back biblical, because we're not going to
No,
go
go
all the
ahead,
way
go
back that
ahead.
way. But that's what the scripture says. It says that when the enemy comes in like a flood, then God will lift up a standard. Now, what we see happening in society today is the standard has fallen. But you and others like yourself are the new standard. You guys are still lifting up and holding up the standard. Okay? And I think what we see with Remy, her stand she dropped, think about it. She, like Miss Primo said, that monkey allowed her to drop that standards of all of the qualities and the benefits that comes from her being a woman that has been through all that she's been through, and she threw it all away. You know, threw her marriage away. She wasn't even herself no more. So it's the standard, I believe, that you guys have to continue to withhold, and that's with your truth. That's with your honesty. That's with your research. That's with your ability to say, you know what, I don't care if the other side is doxing, I'm still gonna stand on my morals. I'm still gonna stand with integrity. That's the standard. And I think what we've seen in the saga is that people not only did they just become too cowardly, but they saw another person winning, what they thought winning. They thought that because numbers in your channel growing means you doing something better than something else. No, that ain't how it always go. God don't need a whole lot to do what he got to do. He normally have to withdraw people because he can do greater things with little. So we people don't understand how to remain remain in a power, in a truth, and in who they actually supposed to be. They will actually throw it away and get and turn into something that you don't even recognize no more. And I don't think Remy Ma even know who she is at right now. That's just me. When you out there like that, you don't know who you are. You trying to relearn yourself, and you don't realize that that man ain't gonna, like you said, you wanted to give us a picture of how Papoose loved that girl. What are you? So what is she searching for? If you had love from a man that was so unconditional that he didn't care where you was at, how many times a day what he had to do to get to you, and you chasing what? So it just goes to show us, man, that we need women that's gonna stand and not be wavered, not fall for any old Tom, Dick, and Harry situation. Stand firm.
And then, you made a good point, Dehan, when you just said, well, I can't say it how you said it, but in so many words, you basically said you had a lot of people trying to ride other people's waves. Let me just say
Uh huh.
this: there is no success in riding somebody else's wave. It's either you got it or you don't got it. But
Yes.
in reality, the fact is everybody got it. But you just have to find your own lane. You got to find what works for you. But when you try to jump on somebody else's wave because you see that they're successful in what they're successful because they're doing it. You
Yeah.
can't jump on it and think you're going to do it too. You don't have it. For instance, we was just talking about how Cardi B is one of the most successful rappers in the game right now. I mean, she's really iconic. She's done made, she has really carved a place for herself in the hip hop community where she just as big as what Lil Kim was back in the day. Maybe not as
Yeah.
good, but
Yeah.
she's just as big. So what I say is this: she don't write her own raps. Somebody else writes it for her. But if
Yeah.
somebody were to write those same raps and give them to somebody else, it wouldn't sell the same because she is who she is, and her delivery is what people want to hear. So you can't try to say what somebody else said. You can't try to act like somebody else acts. You can't take on somebody else's personality. You can't try to do what somebody else is doing on their project because that is them and you are you and it will never change. So you have to find what works for you. You can't be somebody else. So let me say that. And then also I want to say this too. Now, I'm standing with Papoose on this one, right?
Yeah.
But I gotta hold him accountable to a certain extent because the old saying, when somebody shows you who they are, you have to believe them.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that everybody that goes to prison is a locked in and they're a prisoner to what they've done. You can go to prison, you can get rehabilitated, you can come out a brand new person, right? You don't have to be stuck in what you did. And I'll say it also depends on what you did because some stuff I feel like is unforgivable. But we know that Remy Ma went to prison for pew-pewing one of her friends, right? So they was
Uh huh.
having like an argument over money. She thought that her friend stole like $2,000-$3,000 or whatever out of her purse. And so they got into an altercation. It turned physical, and Remy Ma actually pew-pewed her friend. Well, I don't know if the girl stole the money or not. That's not even the point. That's beside the point. But when you see what she went to prison for, she went to prison for having a lack of emotional self-control,
Come on.
because there was another way to handle that. So you went in there and threw your cape on like Captain Save-A-Ho, and you thought that she was gonna be different with you, Papoose. But then when you held her down for 6, 7 years that she was in prison, however long, she got out, and you found that she still has those same issues with her. A lack of emotional control, a lack of self-control. You in a whole marriage, but you can't control yourself not to be in the bed with a whole woman with your child in the bed, according to him. So she still lacks self-control. He said that he felt like she was a narcissist. She has all
Yeah.
of these things wrong with her. It could be possible that she was that way before you met her. She was in prison because of for a reason. So,
Mm.
and I'm not saying everybody who go to prison is a horrible person, but what she did was she made a mistake, and it seems like she's still stuck in that. She's very impulsive from what I see. She's the first one that jumped on live and tried to expose him. So it seems like she may still have that lack of self-control. So like I
Yeah.
said, you have to be careful when you try to save somebody and think that you're going to change them into who you want them to be. It
I,
is what
I'm.
it is.
I'm
Rip,
with you.
this the most vocal I've ever heard Papoose be. I've never heard him this vocal before.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So
and it and,
um,
and I think you're 100% right. I think wow, you started off on him, but you really ended right back on Remy because you understand the importance of what role she played in this situation. And I think where you're at with Papoose is that you kind of you kind of did not you kind of almost didn't want to believe what you were dealing with. Like like you said, she if she went and over money, think about it. Over money, she ended up in prison, and he held her down. But holding her down, and you would think that the bid that she did would have been the accountability that she would have took within it. But there, but it really goes to show you if she didn't do no inward work, she came out the same person,
yeah,
and just in a
yeah.
different form.
And then you don't always need 100% facts to believe things. Sometimes I don't have 100% facts either way. When it comes to the Remy Ma situation or the Papoose situation, right now it's just kind of like whoever you choose to believe, because they're both making accusations against each other. I choose to believe Papoose. I believe he's telling the truth. That's my instinct. I believe that he's telling the truth. And I think that Remy is telling the truth on certain things as well. But when he says that she's a big liar, I believe that. When he says that she could do something, she could say something or do something, and you could confront her about it, and she'll look you dead in your face and say she never said that or she never did it. And the reason I believe that is because remember, before they even got a divorce, it was rumors swirling around that she was cheating on him, right?
Yep.
They done seen pictures, and the media was talking and buzzing about her cheating, and she kept denying it. So she is a liar. She is a
Yep.
liar. Because it was out in the media before they actually made it public. It was a rumor, and she was denying.
Yep.
And people were saying, "Oh, Remy and Papoose." The media was saying we got a feeling that they're separated or something's going on. Or she's been caught cheating, or she's been caught out with this person or whatever. And she kept saying that it was not true. And when you go back and listen to that whole live that Papoose did, man, matter of fact, I might go live on it. But he made some good points, and one point that he made is when he said that these celebrities and these influencers, you literally, they put their life on display for the world. He said, y'all literally are walking with us throughout our life, and we're televised. Y'all see everything. But as soon as something embarrassing happens to one of us, the first thing that a celebrity or influencer is going to say is, you don't know me. And then Papoose said, yes, they do. They do know us because they've been watching us for years. Our lives are documented. So we can't turn around and say, they don't know us. Yes, they do. You put everything on public display, and that go back to Brianna's stupid ass. She the first
Uh-huh.
one to say that somebody don't know her. People need to mind their business. We don't know her life. We might not know everything, but we do know what you tell everybody. So we have a good idea of how things are going. So I love that he said that, and that just shows how humble he is. Because as a celebrity, for him to acknowledge that celebrities do that was powerful. They do that.
Yeah.
They let you know everything, but then as soon as they get caught up in a humiliating situation, and the media's on their ass, and the media and the fans and people are giving their opinion, y'all don't know us. Yes, the hell we do.
Yeah. Yeah. You ain't lied. You ain't lied.
But you know what, D Ham, is getting late. I got to drop
Okay.
down. But man,
Thank you, Upper. You
this was
you
a
you
great
dope now.
conversation, and a great conversation and a great build.
Yeah.
And it really went to like, it went to a cool place. So I'm gonna be listening in the bushes if you're gonna stay live for a little longer.
Yeah. I'm gonna give me about 5-10 minutes, y'all, and I'm gonna get ready in this live. Thank you so much,
Okay,
Upper.
no
Thank
problem.
you
See
so
you,
much.
Pino.
She's still up here, but she's been muted. Because we heard her vacuum or something Pimo was doing. But Pimo, you can drop down if you want, or I can bring you back. Either way. Um, but I want to say this, um, thank you DTTV for being up here with us. And DT is a man of few words, but when he speaks, he definitely speaks um with a whole lot of wisdom and facts. He don't speak from nothing but truth and an honest take. I do want to say this, y'all. Remy Ma, I do feel like she dropped the ball. Um, but this is where I could see a lot more into it, because I understand, like, you make a commitment so young, and it's not to give her a pass or excuse. Um, she definitely did Papoose dirty. I think Papoose didn't deserve what she did. But see, but Upper was just up here, and she acknowledged the fact that the, the behavior of Remy shouldn't be a surprise to him. The behavior of Remy. And so if she's laying out things that she's got to do inward work on, I don't care how much he covers her as a husband or as a mate. She still needs to go through some inward work. And if she didn't take the time to do it, it's going to explode externally. And I think what we see is Papoose finally couldn't deal with it no more, you know, and he moved on. But I have a problem with people who move on so quickly without taking time to heal individually. And what Papoose and Remy Ma is doing is not healthy for neither one of them. In my book, I don't care if you got uh, Clarissa. I'm from the old school hard knocks. If a man just got out of a marriage, my mama would say to my sisters, give that man some time. Give him some time. Do not just jump head first into a situation, because you don't know after he feeling better about himself. Right now, Papoose is pretty much a broken man. And hurt people gonna hurt people. You jumping, you ain't even, the ink ain't even been written yet for a divorce, and you already parading another woman around. She's already parading another man around. She's in Philadelphia gear. I'm like, what? There's something wrong here that's deeper than a divorce. And that's one of the things that, it's two things God don't like. He said he hates two things. One is a liar, And the second one, he hates divorce. God do not like divorce. And so when the reason why he don't like divorce, because all of the ties that comes into it, all of the soul ties, all of the healing that got to take place, all of the things that you need to do to work on your mental, work on your conscious, work on your ability to process life differently now. He said he said she hadn't slept with him in 2 years before all of that. Exactly. Now you own it. I'm gonna pin your comment. She said she hadn't slept with him in 2 years before all of this came out. To me, they just was living together. 100% correct. They was just living together. So there's no surprise that Remy Ma went through whatever growth. She grew away from her man, which is a no-no, into another man's arm. Ain't no telling. Ain't no. It's really hard to decide how did that happen like that. You know what was going through her head to throw her man, like do her man this grimy. Um, but I can say that um, Papoose didn't do nothing wrong. You know, he was there for her, and he loved her. You know, he wanted it to last forever. So we can't put the blame on him when it comes to that. So I think what we looking at is a woman who is lost. You know, she's just completely lost. I'm not switching sides. I'm looking at it for what it is too, and I think that Remy Ma has to do some self healing. What do y'all say? What did Brianna say? I'm doing self love, self healing. She got to do it. Like sometimes you got to do it and not just say it. You got to be about it. And I think um Miss Mel says Pap got played for trying to play Captain Saver 304. You daggone right. That's what up until D Ham quit trying to save D Ham don't save nobody. You right. And I'm up here trying to save her too. He said she hadn't slept with him in 2 years before yet. I agree with that, Jackie. I read that already, but thank you again. God doesn't put every marriage together, so that may now apply to Remy and Papoose. Well, Margaret, I can tell you this: that marriage could have been a God thing, but sometimes we want what we want, and oftentimes there's so much free will in man that we'll choose something that we know ain't good and know it ain't right for us, and and I feel like um you know when you up there exchanging vows with your soon-to-be husband or your next husband or your current husband, we have dressed up marriages, weddings to make it look like it's gonna be so glorious and so this like you riding on a white horse for the rest of your life. But marriage don't really start until you leave that altar, until you leave that reception hall. That's when the marriage starts, and it really starts um a few months after the honeymoon. That's when marriage starts because you get tied up. And think about it, D-Ham, I done been in long lasting relationships. My first marriage for 18 years with the same person, and you get caught up in the cycles that are so routine, so mundane, so predictable that you can get bored, you can get tired, you can get like it's no excitement. All we do is work and come home, and next thing you know, the enemy start playing with your mind and seeing which one of you gonna break first because he can't stand unity. One of the things his main job is to do is divide and conquer. And if he can bring division into that household, no matter if it comes through the children, no matter if it comes through the dog, no matter if it comes through the cat, he's gonna test that marriage. The enemy's gonna test that marriage, and you're gonna find out what you're made of. And oftentimes, y'all, we're so selfish as people, we'll choose left when we knew we should have chose right. And that's all it takes. Another man blowing in your ear, trying to get you to see something that you ain't been seeing, and oh, you know he don't pay attention to you like I pay attention to you. But see, I was talking to another gentleman, but you got to understand that's how we got in this situation in the first place, because the enemy knew he couldn't get Adam. He knew he couldn't get Adam. He had to go through the serpent had to go through Eve to get to Adam. The serpent was there with Adam before Eve was brought on the scene, and he knew Adam wasn't listening to him. He knew that he wasn't going to get Adam to disobey God. But soon as Eve came on the scene, he saw a crack, and he went through the woman to get to Adam, and that's what we've been fighting against all these years. Okay, so it's the facts. Remy Remy is out here in these streets looking bad right now. She getting flamed, and I think rightfully so. She probably deserve a lot of it. Serenity Speaks says Pap said this was going on since 2022. I don't think he jumped into it. I think Clarissa was there listening to and being there for him through it all. This, yep, just like Miss. Okay, girl, don't get in trouble over here in this chat. Uh, girl, you about to get me in trouble. Pap done been through a lot and did wait. After 2 years, he should be able to move on. Yeah, well, I'm hoping they get the paperwork right. She should have kept it in the friend zone. My understanding was admiring her boxing skills and was a fan of hers. He DM'd her initially and started from there. Yeah, I think, and that's another thing. Clarissa got to make sure that she getting a full, um, a fully healed man. Like, you don't know what you getting. You really don't. And like Upper said, she don't know him like that. You don't really know Pap like that. Not like somebody who's been with him for 20 years. So if let's just say Remy Ma went live, she is like the villain right now because of how she conducted herself. But let's just say in some of her rant, she's telling the truth about Pap. Let's just say in some of the rant that she went on. Not all of it. We don't believe all the things she said, but in some of the things. And then Clarissa choose to not take heed. And that means you're going to be out here airing him out in 3 years from now. And because you didn't take heed to some of her rant. Now, think about it. If Papoose had to come out while he's airing out his ex-wife, was soon to be ex-wife, and he had to admit that he had a gambling problem, that is problematic in any relationship. That's problematic in any relationship. I don't care if the woman got the gambling problem or if the man got the gambling problem. Whoever got a gambling problem, financially, that's not good. You understand? So it can get like if she can choose to ignore some of the little things that Remy saying. I say I gotta find out for myself. That ain't what the man I see. That ain't the man I know that talk to me every day. Well, you don't know. You don't really know him. So you have to get to know him. You have to learn him. And I don't know if y'all living together, but sometimes the truth don't come out about people until you actually living with them. Right? So all of this matters. That's all I'm saying. Obviously, Pap, I don't know Remy. After 20 years, people do change over time. Facts. The quote had just gotten out of an engagement herself. Whoa, I didn't know that, Roz. I didn't know that. And Mrs. Mel says, wait until Clarissa gets pregnant. Is going to be really on. Laugh out loud. Yeah, yeah. I agree, Miss Mel. It can go. I think it can go two ways for her. She's rolling the dice. But what if this turns out to be the man that God really has for her? It oftentimes it do like I think that I just think like this, y'all. If our government, which is our government, has to implement, we're not going to honor a divorce until you're at least 1 year separated. If our government has to implement a time frame from a marriage that they deem uh, under 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 God and under witnesses to get married, all of these things have to happen in court. Why does it have to be a witness there? Why do it has to be a sworn in thing? Like all of this stuff matters, and we just act like, oh, I can just leave this person, be doing my thing over here, and not worry about the paperwork. And I just feel like, yo, you know how you not know how neglectful that is to move on without a legal divorce already taking place? That's very neglectful, is very harmful, and statistically, they call that a rebound. That is what they call a rebound. And oftentimes the rebound is not your permanent situation. So why choose that as a situation for yourself and think that you're doing the right thing in a moment? No. If any woman with any class, any woman with any in dignity would say, baby boy, I know you, I know you got you got interest for me and I got interest for you, but you got to handle your business and then let's take our time. Let's slow walk this because you coming out of a situation you invested 20 years of your life to. Let's take our time. What are we rushing for? So why is Clarissa? You gotta ask yourself, why is she rushing a connection with this man before he's able to say I'm all yours? I'm with you. I'm with you, Sandra. I'm with you. But ask yourself this: are they divorced yet? And how much of them parading their new mate is really happening? So you got to ask yourself that they haven't even did. Let's just say that their state doesn't require a year of separation. Let's just say they say, hey, you know, we just need to do mediation because we got property in each other's name. Okay, still that requires you to do your due diligence and get that handled. That's all I'm saying. When everybody got so much to say about Clarissa and Pap's situation, when Remy doing the same damn thing on her, and that's yeah, I'm with you, Kimberly. I'm not just speaking on Clarissa. I see the difference is Remy Ma already chose, like her leaving Pap all by itself is almost like a pitfall. Like she's in a spiral motion to nowhere. So her doing the same thing is really like questionable too. So I just feel like she has to she's in search of something that may not be there. Whatever she's looking for, it ain't gonna be there. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm with you, Kimberly. I think I'm not dismissing that. I'm not disputing it or dismissing it. I think you're 100% right. DM, people are human. Easier said than done. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Serenity speaks. You're right. Um, Pregnant or not, I don't think pregnant or not, I don't think Pat will do anything to fumble the bag. Plus, you can tell Clarissa will accept just a boy for just about anything. Yeah, that I agree with you, Nola Bunny. Um, I hope I wish them the best. I wish them the best. They off the chain, but I wish them the best. They've been together almost a year. Uh-huh. Ain't no excuse. She's still married to right. Yeah, you daggone right, Kimberly. And I think that I don't want y'all to misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm not giving her no pass. Not on that. I think she's 100% wrong when it comes to how she left her man and the fact that she's doing all this cheating. She's being neglectful in multiple ways based on what he said, and I just feel like you know she got a lot to learn, and I think it's gonna happen whether she thinks she's gonna find it in another relationship or not. She gonna learn whatever she's running to. God's gonna finish teaching her that you can't treat people like this and think you don't have to pay any consequences. So I hope she prepared. No man of mine would be on the internet going back and forth with you. Damn right. That's how you know, Nola Bunny. That's how you know he still have an attachment. That's why I said the other day. I don't think that he's and I'm about to end this live, y'all. But that's what I said the other day. I don't think that moved on to me is moved on. You ain't looking back to address nothing. So when somebody is still addressing something or feel like they got to get it out their system, just think about all that he had to release in that fight, and he wasn't done. In that live, 36 minutes of just ranting about his marriage. He was not done, and he spent a lot of time talking about the lame that slept with his wife. So it's like, dude, you got healing to do. That's all I'm saying. Like, when you gonna take time to get? When you gonna take time and just dump it out? Get to a therapist. Let it go. Dump it out. Get to church. Get a release. Like, when you gonna do that? Because you built up, man. It's all built up in there, and like you could tell. Now he just wants to move on. She claims he don't have no money, so let him go. Yeah, I'm with y'all. She made a lot of horrible things on them live about him. That was terrible. I saw this coming a couple of years ago, but but was hoping that they could work it out. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna read a few more, y'all. And Remy, the one exposed Pat with Clarissa, she brought that out to the world first. He didn't. Yup, you're right, Kimberly. You're 100% right. I don't dispute that. Since they were married for 20 years, does he deserve any financial support? Hmm. Camille, and she claiming she was the breadwinner. He he he's a, he's definitely entitled. If they break down their finances in mediation, um, Papoose could probably walk away with alimony. But they both cheating, so that make him be a whitewash now. I mean, they both got a new mate before the divorce, so they can both say, "Hey, she cheated." Normally, if a spouse can prove that somebody cheated, remember the Fantasia thing? Did Fantasia what they call that a home record, right? When you home wreck somebody, you can get compensated for it. Um, I'm starting a whole new live, y'all, bringing up Fantasia, but uh, he did everything to try to save his marriage. Yeah, he did. He did, Brandy. I must say, the brother did a lot. Um, she's sitting up, holding his bags. talking about come get your stuff. Y'all, she sound like that skit where that lady be telling her ex to come get his sock because it's his favorite. Oh my God. It's because okay. It's because he is known for being a good man in the black love image. So Clarissa is rushing because she probably feels if she don't be with that good man, somebody else might get him. You damn right. Come get your man, child. You damn right. Y'all, hey, I better get ready to get out of here. When two exes argue and they go back both move on, they still have feelings for each yep, one another. I'm gonna pin that comment. Yep, they still have feelings for one another. That's why it's always best to not get involved. Um, Play your part till it's over. That's exactly. What did I miss, y'all? Now we don't know how much more healthy he needs, and he only come to defend his name because she was dragging him and talking about his kids. She, yes, he's gonna have something to say. Finally, he did. He said a lot. D him. Clarissa's a Pisces. Oh Lord, don't tell me that. Clarissa's a Pisces, and we do our research on our relationships, and I think she knows what she's doing. Yeah, I'll give you that. He's a good man. So I just hope, I just hope and pray. And like I said, they may be at this point in junction of their life, they may be the best thing for each other. But it's still gonna be some it's still gotta be they still gotta get on a healing journey. This is not easy. And think about it. He still has to be um a father to his child. She's now gotta be a stepmother. All of that plays a part in moving forward. So how that plays out, we gotta see. We gotta wait and see. She said he's asking for it too. Oh, is he? That if he gets her like, oh my God, that's gonna be a whole nother conversation. He didn't marry her until she went to prison. Yeah. Wow. Yup. We all said that. When two exes, okay, we read that one. Mary didn't cheat on her husband. That fool even wanted her to take care of her parents. What? Who's Mary? Which Mary are you talking about? The Mary in the Bible? Because once a human doesn't care about you anymore, they want they won't even redo on they love each other. Uh-huh. Somebody says, I hope he gets it too. Wow, Sandra, you out here wilding. Fact, Cindy, but Clarissa don't know how to shut up. Shake my damn head, Miss Know It All. It's gonna get spicy, y'all. Listen, that's my live, y'all. You gotta tell the world when the man is good and his thing. What? When the man is good and his thing is thangin'? Oh my God, what are you talking about? Mary J. Mary J. Blige had to pay her ex, and he wanted her to pay for it. Yeah, okay, that's right. That's right. Uh huh. Okay, y'all. That's it, y'all. I'm out of here. I love y'all. Um, Look, I gotta start reading y'all comments way earlier in my live, and I'm gonna come back and do some more conversation on this live. I think this was a wonderful live. Um, Thanks to DTTV. Thanks to Upper Echelon. Her take was very powerful. I mean, very powerful. And Auntie Pimo came up here and like you can tell that she cares about the future of our daughters and the future of of our queens that's out here living in in their truth. You can tell she cares and that when they're not upholding certain standards that we know that we need in order for our children to see us the way that, like, we're examples, we're the first thing they're learning from. And I think that that's what we are missing. And I think what this live has shown us, that we have to now, y'all, we have to take time and consider our decisions, consider the things that we're doing, and use your platform wisely to shine light to these subject matters. I thank y'all so much. Um, shout out to Upper Echelon, shout out to Auntie Pimo, shout out to DTTV, and everyone that pulled up in my chat. Y'all are lovely people, and I thank y'all so much for being in this live with me and sharing this time. It's been about close to 3 hours. I love y'all, and y'all be great. Okay, let's get out of here.
Let me ask you a question. Is D-Ham in women business?
D-Ham, let's talk about it. Talk about it. D-Ham, let's talk about it. Talk about it. D-Ham, let's talk about it. Talk about it.